A stable, comfortable, and happy life to you all. This video is about how to become a work-at-home mom. This is the third part of the 4-video series. Before we continue, you can subscribe today and click the bell button now to get notified of our new video.
Gaining necessary training quickly and affordably. While many at-home work opportunities don't require special degrees or advanced training, some skills might be necessary for better paying positions. Fortunately, there are a variety of places you can turn to hone the skills you need to succeed without spending a fortune in the process. Even if you choose a field that requires no special skills whatsoever, it can be important to look into some courses to boost your business acumen. Learning about such things as basic bookkeeping, record keeping, marketing, and establishing a business legally can all be important to the success of an at-home venture in many cases. Depending on the field you're interested in entering, these outlets can be of assistance in providing you with the right training in an expedient fashion. Adult education programs. Local high schools very often offer night school classes for their own students and adults from the community who are looking to enhance their skills. While curriculum might include stock and standard high school classes, many programs for career development are also typically offered. These can range from technical classes and typing to bookkeeping and beyond. Don't worry, they won't make you take history and math again unless you want to. Technical schools. Public technical schools can be an invaluable resource for training in a variety of fields. Some of the programs that might be offered that could lend beautifully to an at-home career include transcription, marketing, computer operation, basic accounting, and so on. These locations are also known for offering higher tech courses as well. If, for example, you want to learn how to build websites, state or locally run technical schools are a great place to turn for low-cost lessons. Correspondence schools. At-home certification courses can provide the skills and the paperwork necessary to launch careers in no time at all. Opportunities here can include such things as medical transcription, bookkeeping, marketing, and more. Online classes. As more technical schools, colleges, and universities tap into the power of the internet to teach, the availability of courses is increasing. While the offerings can vary greatly, at-home students can do everything from gain insight into how to operate Microsoft Office products to earn a master's degree, all from the comforts of their own home. Field-based certification. Associations that represent certain fields of work may offer certification or licensing training classes with little cost attached. Getting the training for a real estate license, for example, may only take a few months of study through a localised board of realtors. Small business development centres. For many in metro areas, these government-funded agencies are known for hosting a variety of programs, workshops and certification classes. These centres can also be incredible resources for establishing a business correctly to meet local, state and federal regulations. Franchise companies or territory sales firms. If you intend to sign on with a franchise company or work in a territory as an at-home salesperson, training will be provided to you in many cases. Depending on the field or product you choose, associated classes may cost you nothing at all. Sales-based companies that operate using home parties, for example, will generally provide extensive hands-on training. Many franchises too provide a variety of hands-on courses to help those who buy in enjoy success. On-the-job training. Some freelancing positions will provide basic training to contractors on the job. Companies that hire telecommuters to take incoming calls, for example, may also provide training. Getting the training that might be required for many home-based businesses is generally a lot easier than you might think. Turn to the right place and the skills you have can be easily added onto. Going back to college and getting a degree can be a great way to get retraining for a new career. It can take a little more time than the other options, but it's a great way to completely start over. Here is some more specific information regarding technical schools and certification programs. Technical schools. Technical schools can provide the training needed for a variety of careers, from website design and sales to computer repair and beyond. This option can prove excellent for a number of reasons. They include the costs. Technical schools, especially if they're state or county run, tend to be a whole lot more affordable than college. The scheduling. Tech schools tend to have very flexible scheduling. In many cases, the courses of study can even be rather short, but still provide the skills necessary to launch a new career. The targeted learning. Technical programs don't involve a lot of extra courses that standard college degrees tend to require. This can enable you to cut right to the chase rather than having to spin your wheels in basket weaving 101. Certification programs. Short-term, targeted certification programs can be the perfect solution for certain career fields. Medical transcription, billing, and even web design, for example, can often be learned during crash course certification programs. This is an excellent way to go for a number of reasons, including the time involved. Certification programs are often quite short in duration, but do provide the training needed to succeed in certain career fields. When certifications combine with an existing degree, an overall resume can become very attractive. The costs involved. While the pricing on certification programs will vary, of course, they are generally much more affordable than full degree programs. The targeted learning. Like technical schools, certification programs also provide a very targeted course of learning. This is excellent for those who don't want to spend a lot of time on courses that have nothing to do with the ultimate career goal. Where to look for jobs. Making the decision to work at home and selecting a field to pursue won't be enough to get the ball rolling. Unless you plan on building your own business from the ground up, you will need to know where to go to find home-based jobs and opportunities. There are a number of options out there that can be incredibly useful for helping you launch into earning money at home. There are, however, a few things to watch out for. The work-at-home world is not immune from scam artists, unfortunately. Using employment agencies. Local employment agencies can be an invaluable resource for freelancers, semi-skilled workers, and even those looking for on-staff positions with companies that put at-home workers on the payroll. To find an employment agency that's worth working with to fuel your career, make sure to define your interests. Employment agencies can be rather specialised in the types of positions they handle. Make sure your interests and the career area you plan on pursuing are clearly defined to cut out agencies that might not be able to help you. Research agencies in your area. Once you know what you want to pursue and perhaps even what fields you want to stay away from, look for agencies in your area that have reputations for helping people in your sphere of interest. If you can't get recommendations, call local agencies and ask what they handle. Having access to their contacts. Employment agencies that are established tend to have a long list of clients. This means they can potentially get you in the door with contracts you may never have even dreamed of getting. The advocate factor. Employment services don't make money unless they find the right professionals for a job. To this end, they work hard to match freelancers, consultants and private contractors directly with companies that can use their services. It never hurts to have advocates on your side as you're trying to start an at-home venture. The speciality factor. There are employment agencies out there that specialise in dealing with contractors and consultants. There are even those who work exclusively in a particular field. Getting hooked up with the right agency can really open doors and serve as an incredible springboard for your at-home business. Research-associated costs. Most employment agencies charge the employer, not the job seeker. Make sure to check on this before dealing with an agency. It's no fun to land a job only to discover a cut will be taken off the top. Employment agencies can be invaluable resources for launching certain areas of interest in at-home work. Make sure, if this is the path you want to pursue, that the agency you work with is skilled in your area of expertise or interest. Franchises can be a dream. If you'd rather not invent the wheel to enjoy a home-based business opportunity, working with a franchise opportunity, or signing on with a territory-based sales company can work perfectly. Both of these options can offer some big perks when it comes to backing and support, but there are things to consider before signing on the dotted line. They include recognition. Whether you're going to buy into a franchise or just represent a company through sales, make sure the product and/or service is recognized and reputable. Even with growing or new companies, it is feasible to test the water. Just because a company offers franchises for sale doesn't mean its products or services will be in high demand. Level of support provided. If you aren't walking into the venture with a lot of training in place, make sure the opportunity comes with plenty of support. Many franchise companies offer basic sales and business training, for example. Sales companies, of course, should help you develop a plan for selling their products. Your market. It won't do you any good to open the 10th exact franchise in a 20-block area. Make sure you understand your market and its needs. This also goes for establishing sales territories. Too much friendly competition and your chances for success could suffer greatly. The costs associated. Make sure you have a very good handle on the costs associated with taking this route. Some franchises are very affordable to buy into, but others can prove incredibly costly. Your interests. It just doesn't make sense to set up shop with a company, product or service that you have no interest in. Chances are the effort will fall flat if you can't get fully behind it. Explore your interests closely and then match them with available opportunities. The time involved. Some opportunities might sound great until the amount of work involved is clearly understood. If you want to make sure flexibility is retained, having a handle on what is really required to succeed is imperative. The franchise or sales route can be an easier way to get in on a home-based business that has a real chance for success. To enjoy the results and rewards you crave, however, it is imperative to do some research first. Advertising pays. It won't matter whether you intend to sell a product or service, advertising will be vital to your venture. Your actual field can, however, impact the best places for putting your advertising dollars. To start getting clients, consider these potential advertising vehicles. Local sources. Community newspapers, television stations and radio stations can be a great place to start if you don't want to branch your business out beyond your region. Depending on the type of career you intend to pursue at home, these vehicles can provide an incredible jump start for a business. Trade publications. If your intent is to consult, trade publications can provide the key to opening the door on success. Advertising in these publications will put your business name in the spotlight with people in the fields that could use your help. Websites make a difference. No matter what field you enter, it can be extremely useful to advertise your venture online. If you're selling, you can sell directly online. If you provide a service, you can drum up business by using a website to promote it. Companies that have websites used to be a rarity. Today, this is considered a hallmark of a professional venture. Even consultants have their own sites and sometimes blogs to explain what they do, how they do it, and why they should land the job. Creative advertising. Should you plan on selling a product or providing a service that the general population can use, like bookkeeping, accounting, or so on, creative advertising might help you get started. Billboards, bench advertisements, flyers, and other similar options can help you get business coming your way. Websites can be the ticket. If your plan is to work in the online arena more or less, going online not only with your own site but also through employment websites can really pay off. A large number of employment-related websites have sprung up to connect freelancers and small business owners with potential contract employers. The advantages of using services of this type include low costs. The better online employment matching services do charge a membership fee, but all in all, the pricing tends to be low. For a few dollars a quarter, you can find yourself matched up with more jobs than you can handle. The bidding processes. For this reason alone, going through online employment services can be quite useful. If you intend to work as a contractor or consultant, going through the bidding processes online can help you see where you might need to make improvements. If, for example, you're not being aggressive enough, you'll learn this quite quickly. Also, some bidding environments are open. This means you'll be able to see what your competition is charging. This can help you remain competitive and land jobs in the future. The exposure. Online employment sites tend to pull in a huge variety of potential employers. In many cases, employers can come from all over the world. The exposure you and your business can gain from using these sites is incredible. The training. In addition to learning how to handle competition, the entire process of going online to garner business can serve as great training for other ventures. Once you master putting together bid packages, for example, you might be better poised for getting through a government bidding process. Networking matters. Tapping into the power of the internet can be an excellent way to find at-home work. In the online arena, you will find websites that can help you locate companies that hire at-home workers. If an on-staff but at-home job is desired, it makes sense to seek out a number of companies around the world that are known for putting telecommuters on the payroll. This can make finding opportunities that pay a whole lot easier. Chambers of commerce. No matter what field you intend on entering, this can be an excellent choice for reaching out to your local market. When you join a chamber, you'll not only get the word out about your business, but you can also benefit from the chance to get away from the home office. Plus, many chambers offer valuable business training sessions at very low costs for members. Freelance websites. There are a variety of websites that specialise in matching freelancers in a number of fields with hiring employers. While these are generally short-term contract-based positions, they can prove to be very lucrative over time. This is especially so if short-term employers keep coming back for more. Freelance writers, for example, can connect with a variety of employers online and find themselves with more work than they can handle if they play their cards right. Sales companies. If you love the idea of selling candles in a party setting, for example, finding the right company to deal with can be much easier online. Here you'll discover a variety of sites that can connect you with the right opportunity. Community sites. Community listing websites often have areas that connect at-home workers with potential gigs. While not every offer out there is legitimate, these sites can be worth the time to look over. Employment sites. Some online employment agencies deal heavily with telecommuting positions and offer at-home opportunities. These can offer an open door for finding opportunities for short and long-term employment in a variety of fields. Sponsorships. This is a different way of getting your business name out to the local community, but it can pay off. Sponsor a local event, a sporting team, a classroom. Get your name out to people who will recognise you for your loyalty to the community, and they will repay you with their support. Networking groups. Like local chambers of commerce, these groups can be quite beneficial for getting your name out in the community. Networking groups also provide a rather beneficial social and educational function. It never hurts to have other people in your situation to speak with and learn from. The options for connecting with potential employers in the online arena are almost endless. However, landing the right jobs can take a concerted effort. You'll need to know where to look, how to get the word out about yourself, and how to properly network. Don't worry if you've never done this before. It will come to you over time. Advertising is the easy part, but it will cost money. Networking can be a bit of a challenge for the shy, but this can prove to be just as important as any type of paid ad you can find. There are also some pitfalls to worry about as well. Things to avoid. As easy as some locations can make it to find potential at-home work opportunities, not everyone out there is exactly reputable. With this in mind, it's important to avoid the scammers by taking a cautious approach to any proposition. To avoid problems with at-home work opportunities, freelance contracts and more, make sure to Research companies. Don't sign on to sell products for a company without understanding exactly what those products are and what the company's reputation happens to be. If you're freelancing, look into the employer's reputation. Freelance sites, for example, will often offer feedback ratings. For other business opportunities, check with local chambers of commerce or the Better Business Bureau for background information. Avoid ads that promise the moon and stars. Many advertisements for at-home workers offer a ton of money for a very little bit of work. Others will try to charge you for the opportunity to work for them. Unless it's a franchise with a buy-in fee, be very wary of anyone who tries to get your cash so you can make money. Also, if work-at-home jobs sound too good to be true, they probably are. Exercise common sense here and do look into backgrounds. Use contracts. It can become all too easy for freelancers, for example, to slip on this front. Make sure to get clients under contract, even if it's for a single, very short-term job. This protects not only you, but also the freelance employer. Opportunities that don't fit personal plans. If your idea is to work at home most of the time and enjoy a flexible schedule, don't sign on for a home-based sales position that will eat up 80 hours a week. Keep all your goals in mind when exploring the possibilities out there. Finding employers for many at-home positions isn't as difficult as it might sound. There are a number of resources that can make the task rather easy. Tips for landing the job. While not all work-at-home jobs will require interviewing or proposal creation skills, many will. If you've decided you'd like to work for a company that hires at-home employees or on contract for someone locally, for example, you'll want to brush up your interviewing skills. Should you be planning on internet-based freelancing, you'll need to know how to present yourself in the best possible light through proposals. Getting a handle on face-to-face interviewing. If you haven't interviewed for a position before, or it's been a long time, there are some tips that can help you put your best foot forward. To make sure you do the best you can in any interview situation, dress the part. While it might not be necessary to wear a power suit and pumps for every interview, dress neat, clean and professionally. First impressions do matter. Do your homework. Be ready to answer a variety of questions, both job-related and otherwise. Understand the position, the company, and what your role might be before going in the door. Also, it's a good idea to prepare for anything that might be thrown your way. Plan for a one-on-one interview, but don't lose your cool if it turns out to be a panel. Just breathe and be yourself. Make eye contact. This is essential for sending the right message to potential employers. This can help you gain a reputation of being confident, competent and honest, all things employers look for, even in at-home workers. Have a home setup well underway. While you might not need a home office or a good computer setup before you land a position, having plans in the works can give you the edge of initiative you need. Relax. Try to be as relaxed and confident as possible during any job interview. This will help you answer questions more thoroughly and can also assist you in making a good impression. Even if the position is your dream, don't psych yourself out by thinking it'll be the end of the world if you don't get it. This will undermine your confidence and will likely give you a tense appearance. Sell yourself. Don't be afraid to bring your qualifications, experiences and strengths to the forefront. Remember, an interview is really a sales situation. Rather than a product or service, you will be trying to sell yourself. Perform the task well and you will land the job. Be honest. Don't try to make yourself out to be more than you are. Be honest in answering questions. If you don't know something, admit it. Stress that you are willing to and capable of learning anything that's thrown your way. Be realistic. Make sure you are at least reasonably qualified for a position. If the job demands highly specialised skills and you don't have them, it's probably unrealistic to go after the post. Face-to-face interviews can be rather nerve-wracking, but there are ways to ace them. The more prepared and relaxed you are, the better you will come across to potential employers. This can give you the edge you need to bump out the competition. Landing an online job. Interviewing or applying for a job in a virtual setting can be a little trickier. While some positions might also include a face-to-face interview, many do not. This means you'll often have to sell yourself based on credentials and written communications alone. There are some tips that can help you perform here. They include: prepare proposals with care. Since it's very likely that you'll have to land the job on written materials alone, putting proposals together right will be imperative. Make sure you take the time to update your resume and qualifications, review your proposal, and only offer what you can truly deliver. If you're planning on freelancing, keep your bidding prices competitive. Make yourself available for follow-up. Some freelance employers like to interview candidates on the phone or in chat rooms. Make sure you're available to speak when necessary. Follow through. Once proposals are submitted, it can be a good idea to follow up with a potential employer and make yourself available to answer any questions. If you're bidding through a freelance matching service, this might not be possible, but in other arenas, it can be a valuable habit to get into. Interviewing for a full-time position or even a freelance contract can be a little overwhelming. The more prepared you are for what to expect, the better you are likely to do. With a little confidence, you will make good things happen for yourself.
Thank you for listening and watching this audiobook. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, make a comment, and share. You can now subscribe today and click the bell button to get notified of our new video.